Hi, this is Rod Saunders from Jew and Greek. Well, as I'm sure most of you have heard, Kobe Bryant died tragically on Sunday in a helicopter crash in the Los Angeles area. Now, I wasn't going to do a video on this because there are literally thousands of videos already out there, but one of them caught my eye, and I felt that I had to respond. A Christian channel called Jesus Truth put a video out questioning the story we're getting from the mainstream media, suggesting that something sinister was going on. I've really had it with these exposing videos and websites produced by people who don't even know how to get out of their parents' basement and put a roof over their heads, let alone expose some nefarious global conspiracy. As somebody who has actually exposed investment fraud online to the point of being threatened with a defamation lawsuit by a man who ended up in prison, I know a bit about what it's like to expose people. You go where the evidence leads you. You don't start off with a crazy conclusion and then look for evidence to support that conclusion like most of these guys do. Now, first of all, let's look at some of the other brilliant work they've done in the past. They've done flat earth videos, Illuminati videos, fake moon landing videos, 9/11 truther videos, and of course, some anti-charismatic videos. That's the caliber of intelligence we're talking about here. So this isn't the first time they've ventured out into tinfoil hat territory. So anyway, in this video, they have evidence that something doesn't add up. Exhibit A is an episode from the cartoon channel a few years ago where Kobe is in a helicopter crash.
Help me.
Just pass me the trophies and we'll pull you out.
Pass.
The joke there is that they want Kobe to pass them his trophies, but he doesn't want to do it. You see, early in his career, Kobe had a reputation for hogging the ball instead of passing it off to let other players score. It's kind of a funny joke. Then, of course, people in the LA area knew that Kobe commuted via helicopter, so there was nothing about them using this scenario that strikes me as suspicious. Exhibit B is this tweet from 2012 about Kobe dying in a helicopter crash. Now, while that might seem a bit spooky, bear in mind that there are thousands of tweets every day about sports celebrities, and over a period of 14 years that Twitter has been around, you're bound to get one tweet that gets it right, along with tens of thousands that don't. Exhibit C is the crash site. He says that the photo in the news shows Kobe with a black helicopter, but the one at the crash site was blue and white, so it can't be the same helicopter.
We know that Kobe's helicopter had a custom black paint job. What is this? Kobe's helicopter was not blue and white. What's going on here? Something smells very fishy.
He used that helicopter for years, but he didn't own it. The company that owned and maintained it apparently removed the black vinyl wrap for some reason, and as these photos show, it was blue and white in recent years. Nice work, Inspector Clouseau. Then somebody in the comment section says that smoke from fuel is black, but the smoke from the crash site is white. So obviously, somebody's trying to pull a fast one on us, right? Well, as this report shows, there was magnesium burning at the crash site, and burning magnesium produces white smoke. Oops. Look, this was a tragic story, and our hearts go out to all of the families involved. There's no call for spreading goofy theories like this that not only spread misinformation, but also discredit those who proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ. These geniuses at Jesus Truth ought to be ashamed of themselves. Now, while we're talking about this story, I'd like to do my own tribute to Kobe Bryant. Obviously, he was a great basketball player, so I'm not even going to bother with that. But what many people don't know about him is that he was fluent in Italian and Spanish.
Un poquito sí, sí. Ahora me siento muy relajado, ¿no? Puedo jugar el campeonato con mucho más divertimento en mi corazón. Stessa cosa. Vado all'officina, lavoro, no? Scrivo, le cose così. Però ritornerò sicuramente in Italia per aiutare i giovani. a giocare questo gioco che è bellissimo.
His father played professional basketball in Italy, so he lived there for 7 years as a kid and learned the language. Then he married a Latina and learned Spanish watching Mexican soap operas so that he could communicate with his wife's family. Fortunately, Italian and Spanish are similar because they're both derivatives of Latin, so it wasn't as difficult for him as it would be for most of us. Then, apparently, he also spoke a little Chinese to communicate with his Chinese fans, and enough Slovenian to trash talk Luka Doncic, a rising star in the NBA from Slovenia. He had also been developing a series of children's books called the Wizenard series. In addition to all of that, he learned to play the piano good enough to perform the Moonlight Sonata for his wife. Now, as a musician, I have to point out that this is not a technically demanding piece. It's a slower nocturne style that is meant for creating a mood more than displaying virtuosity. In fact, the piece isn't really called the Moonlight Sonata. The Moonlight Sonata is a 3-part piano sonata. The first movement is what has come to be known as the Moonlight Sonata, but its title is actually Quasi una Fantasia, or Like a Dream. And here's a bit of the third movement called Presto Agitato, or Fast and Agitated. Yeah, Kobe didn't learn to play that one. If he had, I might have become a Lakers fan myself. Anyway, this was a guy who always wanted to learn and push himself to achieve more. That's something that all of us should be inspired by. As for his spiritual life, I'll leave that for others to speculate on. I'll just say this. The tragedy that occurred on Sunday should serve as a reminder to all of us how short life is and how important it is for us to keep our priorities right and live with eternity in mind. As the Apostle Paul said, we do not focus on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Thanks for watching.